Caitlin Clark with the whole Nike fiasco. Nobody has a breeze of what is going on.
What's up, hoop fans? Today we're breaking down a story that has the basketball world buzzing, but strangely, very few people truly understand it. We're talking about the Caitlin Clark Nike situation, and the more you look at it, the less it makes sense. Imagine this, you're Caitlin Clark. You've just signed a massive $28 million Nike deal spanning 8 years. You're shattering records, packing arenas that once struggled to sell tickets, and fundamentally reshaping women's basketball. Fans are eagerly waiting for your signature shoe, credit cards in hand. The entire basketball world is watching. And then, nothing. Total silence from Nike. It's almost as if they forgot you exist. Meanwhile, Clark is out there lighting up the league in borrowed Kobe sneakers, smashing rookie records, and bringing more attention to the WNBA than it has ever seen. It feels illogical, right? But that's exactly where things stand. Today, we're unpacking why Nike appears to be leaving its biggest rising star in limbo, and why the situation could eventually push Clark to reconsider her relationship with the brand altogether. Let's rewind to April. The basketball world erupted when Caitlin Clark officially signed that $28 million Nike contract. Everyone assumed this was the moment. A signature shoe, merchandise everywhere, billboards, commercials, the full superstar rollout. And why wouldn't they? Clark isn't just another player. She's the most recognizable college basketball athlete in the country, twice as popular as Angel Reese and nearly 4 times more popular than any men's college player. That level of recognition was unprecedented. Fast forward several months, and what do we see? No signature shoe. No major marketing campaign. Just Clark continuing to dominate on the court while Nike stays quiet. Compare that to how Nike handled LeBron James, whose signature shoe was ready before he even played a single minute in the NBA. Clark, who has already proven herself on the biggest stages, is still waiting. Nike's official explanation is development time, claiming signature shoes take 18 to 24 months to produce. But let's be honest, that's not the full picture. Nike could easily release Clark-branded apparel, special colorways, or a starter collection while the shoe is in progress. The real issue has nothing to do with production timelines. This is where things get interesting. Nike, the company built on bold moves and risk-taking, is suddenly hesitant. But hesitant about what? It's not money. Clark's signature shoe would almost certainly become one of Nike's best-selling products overnight. Her fan base is desperate to support her. The real concern appears to be social media backlash. When Clark signed her deal, parts of social media erupted. Some accused Nike of favoritism. Others claimed Clark only got the opportunity because she's white, while arguing that established WNBA stars deserved signature shoes first. Nike now finds itself stuck in an uncomfortable position: push Clark and risk online outrage, or stay quiet and miss out on massive profits. So far, Nike has chosen caution over confidence. They're tiptoeing around the issue, seemingly pretending Clark isn't their most valuable rising star, all out of fear of Twitter criticism. Industry insiders have echoed this sentiment, suggesting Nike is holding Clark back to avoid accusations of privilege or favoritism. Ironically, that hesitation has created an even bigger controversy. Clark has every reason to feel slighted. While Nike keeps her signature shoe under wraps, other rookies from the same draft class are already debuting their own footwear. Angel Reese has secured a signature shoe deal, and JC Sheldon, another 2024 rookie, already has her own shoe with a smaller brand. These players deserve their success, but why is Clark still waiting? The impact Clark has is undeniable. The Washington Mystics had to move their game against the Indiana Fever to a larger NBA arena just to accommodate demand. She helped set WNBA attendance records. Tickets for her first playoff game cost more than all other WNBA playoff games combined. She's pulling in fans who had never watched women's basketball before, creating momentum that could elevate the entire sport. Yet Nike refuses to capitalize. Instead, they seem willing to take a financial hit rather than face online criticism. That's not just poor business, it's unfair to Clark. She's delivered on every front: performance, professionalism, humility, and growth of the game. What more could Nike possibly ask for? But this issue goes beyond Nike. The broader basketball establishment appears uneasy with Clark's meteoric rise. Her rookie season wasn't just impressive, it was historic. She led all rookies in points, field goals made, assists, steals, and minutes played, finishing fourth in MVP voting as a rookie. That's extraordinary. And yet, Team USA left her off the Olympic roster, claiming she hasn't earned it yet. Earned it? If breaking records and transforming the sport isn't enough, what is? Even the WNBA itself seems conflicted. Yes, they promote Clark, but there's an underlying tension, almost as if they're wary of how big she's becoming too fast. It feels like Clark is being treated as an outsider rather than the once-in-a-generation talent she clearly is. This is the reality Caitlin Clark is navigating, a world where the brand she elevates and the league she's redefining both seem hesitant to fully embrace her success. Caitlin Clark walking away from Nike is no longer a crazy idea. It's a real possibility. And if it happens, she won't be short on options. In fact, those options might be far better than sitting around waiting for Nike to overcome its fear of social media backlash. We've seen this movie before. Remember what Stephen Curry did for Under Armour? Before Curry, Under Armour wasn't even part of the basketball shoe conversation. After him, they became a major player in the industry. Caitlin Clark has the power to do something similar, possibly on an even bigger scale. We already know other brands were eager to sign her. Under Armour reportedly wanted her as a centerpiece of the Curry brand. Adidas was prepared to offer a massive deal of its own. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Clark could follow the Roger Federer playbook. When Federer left Nike after years together, he didn't just sign with another company. He joined a smaller brand and took equity ownership. That company is now worth billions, and Federer's stake has reportedly earned him more than any traditional endorsement deal ever could. Clark could make a similar move. Imagine Caitlin Clark partnering with a rising brand, taking ownership instead of just a paycheck, and watching the company's value soar alongside her popularity. That's not $1 million decision, that's a $1 billion move. She wouldn't just be an athlete wearing a logo, she'd be a business leader building her own empire. That kind of path would give Clark complete control over her brand, her message, and her products. No more waiting on Nike to decide when she's worth promoting. No more playing second fiddle. She'd be the one calling the shots. And let's be honest, if Clark became available, companies would line up instantly, checkbooks wide open. She wouldn't just be signing another endorsement deal, she'd be reshaping how female athletes build long-term wealth. Nike may think it's playing it safe, but safe doesn't sell shoes. Safe doesn't make history. And safe doesn't keep generational stars satisfied. What's ironic is that Nike's hesitation could end up being the best thing that ever happened to Clark. Every day Nike delays is another day Clark's star rises. Every dominant performance without full Nike support strengthens the case for her to explore other paths. It's almost like they're setting the stage for an incredible comeback story, one they might not even be part of. Fans are already saying Clark's shoe could become the best-selling in Nike's history. That's not hype, that's real money being left on the table. While Nike worries about Twitter reactions, Clark continues to grow into a force that can't be contained. Trying to hold her back now is like trying to stop a tidal wave with an umbrella. So here's the bottom line. Nike has a decision to make. Fully embrace Caitlin Clark, with a signature shoe, a major marketing push, and full commitment, or risk losing her forever. And Clark faces an even bigger choice. Does she stay patient and hope Nike eventually steps up? Or does she bet on herself and build something revolutionary, something that could permanently change how women athletes create wealth? What would you do if you were in her shoes? Would you wait it out with Nike, or take control of your own future? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from finished. That's it for today, Hoop fans. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. See you next time, waving hand.